What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everyone's Wednesday going? This is our peeled knuckle. It's where you get your sirloin tip roasts and steaks. We're going to be cutting it into steaks today. First things first, where I like to start is the centerpiece right here. It's where there was a bone laying against it. It's a protective, protective layer between the bone and the meat to protect the meat from being damaged by the bone. It's not edible in my opinion, so I just throw that away. And then we're gonna come in here and just take out all of this ugly stuff right up in here. Connective tissue, fat, some silver skin. It's a bunch of stuff you just don't really want to look at on a piece of meat. Could be dog food. It's not really stuff you really want to be feeding to dogs. There's not really any meat up in this. Like right here, you got a little bit of this tendon or connective tissue right here. This is hard. You don't want to eat that yourself. And then we got all this ugly gunk right out back here. All this is pretty much just hanging out. I could leave it on, but it's gonna make the steaks look really ugly, and there's no point in making a steak look ugly because then it's not gonna sell. Meat sells when it looks good. It doesn't sell when it looks bad. So I like to take off anything that I can pretty much grab and see that it's just like a stringy, snotty piece of meat basically, then it gets taken off. Gonna head down to Nevada tomorrow after I get off work. Gonna go see some family and try and get some bird hunting in. See if I can't make any content from being out bird hunting. We got this all nice and trimmed up though from how I like it. Give it a nice slap. I've seen your videos. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, we got people over here on the YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the double streaming here. I do got two phones out in front of me, but it is a little bit difficult trying to remember I got two chats to look at. Where am I from? I'm from Twin Falls, Idaho. Well, I'm not from here. This is where I live though. So what we do to get this ready for steaks is we just split it right down the middle. And from there, we're gonna go ahead and start cutting our steaks, our sirloin tip steaks. Easy way to tell is you got this seam right here. It's basically gonna follow that down going this way. You're from Turkey. Well, thanks for tuning in from Turkey. This is just ugly. Just gonna put that in the trim bucket for stew meat, or not stew meat, for ground beef. And we're gonna go ahead and start cutting this into some steaks. Hello from the UK. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Just gonna go ahead and start cutting this right on down. So depending on where you're located, these two roasts, same thing, it's peeled knuckle, sirloin tip, but you might call this one your sirloin tip silver side. A little bit more explaining on that in just a second. We're gonna go through and just cut all this into some steaks though. Knives I am using today, this is my 11-inch Knife Pro cutlery steak knife. The link is up in my showcase on my TikTok profile. And that blue handled one that you saw me using, this one right here, it's my 9-inch fillet knife, pro cutlery knife. So this is what you normally call your sirloin tip silver side. Usually there's a bunch of silver skin, which is this stuff right here, but it was all nice and stringy and needed to be taken off on this side, so I pretty much got all that silver skin taken off. Again, you can kind of flip it over and we'll have the seam running right down the middle of it. If you flip it over to where this piece is laying flat with that running diagonal, you're just going to follow it down again to get your sirloin tip silver side steaks, but again, I just call it sirloin tip. And these steaks do look a little bit different from each other. I'll show you what I mean right here. So this is your sirloin tip silver side steak. It's pretty much just like this oval piece of meat. And then this one you got, it kind of looks like a petite sirloin steak almost, but in my opinion, the first side that we were cutting off of for steaks is the better side in my opinion. These are a good like breakfast steak. You know, if you want to have some steak and eggs, you didn't want to spend, you know, like 20, 30 bucks on a ribeye or New York steak. It's a good steak that you can go ahead and save a little bit of money on. Have some steak and eggs. From Belarus. Hello from Grand Falls, Idaho. For anyone who's not aware, over on TikTok, I am live over on the YouTube app as well. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers on there, I am going to be doing a knife giveaway on one of my knives and a Tristanthemeatman shirt. I do have tank tops for the ladies. If the lady does win, she can have the choice between a regular t-shirt or a Tristanthemeatman tank top. So these are just the individual steaks right here. Just kind of going ahead and we'll get 5 of these individual ones, and then we'll get 2 of these family pack ones. Again, any of the new followers over on TikTok, I appreciate you all. I am at work, so I'm trying to do my best to kind of look up here from, read both chats, make sure I don't cut any digits off. I do try my best to pay attention to all the gifts as well. Sometimes they move a little bit too fast, but I appreciate everyone for the support. Wouldn't be here without any of y'all. What shop am I at now? I can't say which shop I am in, but I am in the Twin Falls general area in a small local meat department, small local grocery store, and I'm the meat department manager. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to our bone-in ribeye. We'll be deboning this to get some beef back ribs and get our boneless ribeye steaks. Also great for grilling. Yeah, no, they're great for grilling too. They're cheap steaks. I just wanted to kind of give a comparison for you know, if you were what you'd want to really use that steak for. It's a good like breakfast steak and egg type of steak. From South Africa, carnivore in the house. That looks fire. This is a nice big ol' bone-in ribeye. First things first, we're going to go ahead and draw a little score right along the top of these, right along the bone right here. All that means is kind of when I'm done deboning, because I start over on this side, so when I get down to here, the little score that I put down here, usually with followed correctly down the bone, you hit that, and then you don't worry about really getting any extra meat while you're deboning this. So it's kind of the same thing when you're starting your first line over here. We're just going to do a small score pass just to kind of create a little line to follow. And we'll go ahead, I like to kind of just try and open it the best as I can. just following it right down. We're hugging right against the bone. Ribeye is one of your most expensive meats, so you don't want to leave a bunch of meat on the bone. You want to leave all the meat pretty much attached to this rib loin for your ribeye steaks. You can leave a little bit of meat left on here for your beef back ribs. For the most part, you're just trying to follow it all down. And then when you get to the end, just try and find where that bone ends right there. And this pulls apart where that first score line was. Now you got your beef back ribs. Now we got a boneless rib loin. My beef back ribs go in my 25S tray. I'll put 3 of these soaker pads just to line the bottom. I put 3 because this kind of extends a little bit over the tray. So it just kind of helps soak in all that extra meat juice. Melissa, thanks for the follow. As for the parts they don't sell on shelf, they're really good and cheap. As for the parts they don't sell, everything we don't sell on the shelf gets ground down for ground beef. So you don't really get to ask for that. Now what we're gonna do is, you can see we kind of got, I don't know if you can really see it, but it starts off kind of down here and then it works its way back out. So it's not squared up. From India. Thank you for tuning in from India. We're just gonna go ahead and square right along down here. We'll get a little bit of meat up in this little tailbone, up in this tail, not tailbone, up in this tail fat area, but you can just go ahead and just cut it out. Most of this is going to end up just being fat. I'm gonna throw that away because I don't have the clientele to sell fat to. It is, we did just kind of get done with hunting season. There might still be a season in season right now, but I haven't had anyone ask for beef fat. I had one person and then they never came and picked the package up. But then from there, we got all this fat kind of like right here on this belly. Since it was touching a bone, this fat's gonna turn color just a little bit quicker. So I like to come in here and just kind of take it out. Just get right underneath this fat. Don't really get into the meat at all. Just pretty it up. Hi from England. Hello from Idaho. Not like I'm a hoe, but like Idaho, you know. 36 people over on the YouTube. I appreciate you all for tuning in over there. And then sometimes you get this little, this piece just literally feels like rubber. Best way to explain it, it's kind of like this little, it's like a nerve that runs right along this top of this fat. Super rubbery. Don't need that on your steak. Who wants to eat meat rubber, right? And sometimes you'll get this little flap kind of hanging out over here. No point in just leaving that on. I'll just go ahead and take that off too. All I'm doing is just taking off anything that doesn't need to be on the steak. Just gonna make the steak look a little just unappealing. And sometimes you'll get a little bit of bone right up in here. Got a little bone right here. Always love a man working his meat. What about slapping his meat? South Africa from Belarus. I actually do have a cutting glove on. It's not like a chainmail cutting glove, but the only reason I wear it is because it keeps my hand a little warm. I'm pretty observant of where my fingers are at, and All that. Did I vote for Trump? Bet your damn ass out of it. Especially the chuck end. Oh yeah, this end right here is the best end on a ribeye. We got this big old cap right here, which is the best part on the ribeye. It's the best part on the cow, in my opinion. Block me then? You can just leave the chat. How about that? Gonna go ahead and square this up. Want to just talk politics, you can just go find a different live. We ain't really trying to talk politics in here. I don't normally comment on it, but I did say it because I ain't scared to say who I did vote for. But we can go ahead and leave that. Is that select? No, it was just a very big wedge cut. Happens sometimes. All my beef is CAB. That means it is certified Angus beef. It's worth slap worthy right there. Now this is a video to watch and learn. Meat only, no bullshit. Exactly. I mean, I'll play around and slap my meat a little bit. There's a little bit of bullshit there, but. So we're gonna go ahead and start cutting our ribeye steaks. It's nice big old ribeye. I like to trim up my tails as I'm going through and cutting these. It just makes it a little bit easier so you don't have to go through and do it all at the same time. How long have I been doing this? I've been cutting meat for about 6 years and I've been managing for about 6.5. Kelsey! I don't know, YHS. Are the cows bigger in the US? Those steaks look huge. It just depends. Sometimes you get these really big loins. Sometimes you get decent size, about normal size loins. And then you get sometimes these smaller looking ones. If someone wants to gift the Galaxy, I'll eat a piece of raw meat. Not gonna do that for free, but I will eat a piece of raw meat for a Galaxy. 1 a.m. where you live? Sheesh, thanks for the support. Yeah, it's a nerve. I don't really know where all the nerves and tendons and everything are located. I don't know how to do a full breakdown on a cow. It's kind of a dying trade in this job, and there's not a lot of places, specifically even in the Twin Falls area, that does whole breakdowns unless you get out to like a slaughterhouse, and we don't have any directly here in Twin Falls. Got Kimberly, she's gone good. She needs to change her name to Karen. The steaks are looking really good though, if I don't say so myself. Selector choice. These are CAB, so certified Angus beef, so these are all choice. These are on the top end of that choice spectrum. Sorry that I haven't been live the last couple weeks. Last week, they're actually still kind of here. It looks like he's pretty much done though. They've been putting in freezer sensors throughout the whole store, updating our sensor, putting in a computer thing back here to let everyone know what the temperature and if there's any code going on. So they've been running a bunch of wires and just always not really like in my way, but just in case they needed anything from me, I was just making sure that I was available for them, or if they needed to be in here. That's a true ribeye. Yes, this is a nice freaking ribeye right here. These things look nice. What do y'all think? Nice looking ribeyes. Everyone on YouTube, we reach 1,000 subscribers yet? know if we got something we're celebrating today. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube would definitely be worth celebrating. Ribeye. Sorry, we got all these ribeyes over on this counter. I need to get all this situated. Got these big ass steaks taking up the whole counter. Sorry, YouTube. Where do I work at? I'm in a small local family-owned chain of grocery stores. See, these are the ribeyes you want right here. This is where you get that nice big ol' shit. I'm drawing a blank. I can't. Spinalis dorsi. The spinalis dorsi this is the best cut on the cow. This is the most tender, good piece of meat, tasting piece of meat on the cow. See if I can't get a thin cut ribeye off this back end. And that we will. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and tray all these up now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 family packs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doxy, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. I do go live over on the YouTube and I do post longer videos. I have full breakdown videos over there. Give a little bit better explanation than I can over here on TikTok. Shannon, thanks for the follow. Best looking steak you think you've ever seen? This steak does look pretty freaking fire. That's the one I would take home myself if I had the choice right now. And then you got this little thin cut ribeye. It's a pretty good looking one too. I bet some older gentleman or some old lady is gonna love that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. I haven't tried bison steak. I really want to try bison. It's just kind of expensive. Where do I get my beef? Most of my beef comes in IBP or Swift. I want to say it comes from the AFS warehouse, the Associated Warehouse out of Salt Lake, if I'm not mistaken. So whoever supplies beef to Salt Lake. They really don't tell us the who it is and everything. I was just at a meat seminar, and all they really told us is how CAB is graded and decided. I'm gonna be setting this off to the side to cut a piece off. Someone wants to send a galaxy to watch me eat some raw meat, because I will eat some raw meat. Everyone, that's my mom, Molly Haregi, author, creator. YouTube, you won't be able to see it. Everyone for over here on TikTok, that is my mom. Where's my beard net? My beard isn't long enough, so I don't need a beard net. But my mom's a author of a vampire trilogy called Fated, a vampire trilogy. Link should be in her TikTok profile up in the bio, if I'm not mistaken. Great book series, a great read. If you like to read, or you know someone who likes to read, and you're into supernatural like vampires, werewolves, it's a vampire series and it's fantastic. Mom and Nat, you've read the books? Thank you for the support. All right, what do we want next, chat? Do we want tri-tip? Do we want London broil? Do we want petite sirloin steaks? I've round and stir fry. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do you want? What you want? What you want? London broil. Okay, London broil it is. London broil. So this is a denuded inside round, top round, top round, bottom round. Top round, also known as your inside round, aka your London broil. Denuded means at one point there is this big old fat cap on the top of this piece of meat, and they took that off for me. I didn't ask for them to do that. I don't order in denuded inside round normally, but since I switched to CAB certified Angus beef, whenever I get inside round, it comes in denuded. Such a funny word. Denuded. All right, but first things first, we got these pieces just right over here, they're just hanging out. We're just gonna go ahead and take all this stuff that's just extra. Like if you can set this piece of meat down flat and you can just look over the sides and just see extra meat just hanging out, just cut it off. You're not gonna want that on your steaks or your roasts. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go around the top of this cap right here, kind of just take off all this fat. That's all we're doing. We're just gonna go around and just take off all this little bit of fat, silver skin, so we can start working out this cap right here. I'm gonna make this cap in some stir fry. What we will do with it. I could make it into some cube steaks, but I don't need cube steaks today. If I need to make cube steaks, I'll do that tomorrow before I leave for the weekend. Just following the seam down, that's all we're doing. And then you got this little flappy piece of meat right here. You can roll it up and set it off to the side. Am I single? I am actually indeed single. Taking applications in Instagram, so go ahead and message me on Instagram. Not really. If you want to message me on Instagram, though, you can go ahead and message me on Instagram. I don't care. As you can see, the belly of this, man, it's like the belly of the beast. Ugly. We're just gonna go ahead and get on in here and just take out all this stuff that's just hanging out. Kelsey, thanks for the share. But there's no point in leaving this on for your London broils. Yeah, it's just gonna make them look really ugly. And you don't need these hard pieces of fat either. And once I get this all nice and trimmed up, this front part right here, that's really ugly looking, right? It's not just really too, what state? I live in Idaho. We're just gonna go ahead and square it up a little bit. Usually it's way more uglier than this, But this is the side that we're really taking off. It's not really appealing. Can't really do anything with it. I can maybe get a little bit more stew meat out of that. But that's just gonna go to the trim pile. Take off this donkey stuff right here. Sorry, YouTube. I really need a bigger camera. Really picky. My OCD kicks in a little bit with this inside round. Hate it. If I wanted to leave it, I could, and it would just drive me crazy. All right, for now, for cutting London broils, you would probably think we're just going to cut it this way. You don't want to do that. No. We got one nice corner, and then we got this other corner where we peeled this off. We want to start on this corner. This corner, not this corner. This corner is the back. This is the butt end. So we're going to turn this sideways, like a quick slant, so that we can cut this at an angle. Use this for stew meat. And then we're going to start cutting these thick. And that's where you get your London broil. London broil. Layla? Lily? I'm gonna go with Layla. Howard, thanks for the follow. Sometimes you're gonna get this little ugly end right here. Coda! Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the heart. Appreciate it. Coda's earned that #1 gifter badge for the week. Thank you, Coda. Beverly, thanks for the roses. Coda with the hand heart. I sent you hand heart back and I slapped my meat. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just take this piece out right here. That's actually kind of hard. Beverly, thanks for the 4 roses. I appreciate that. Cut any meat off that's stuck to that. Throw that away. It's literally hard. You don't want to eat that. Sent a coffee magic. Thank you so much, Coda. What do I do with the trim scraps? This bucket right here. And then I grind it down at the end of the day and make 80/20 ground beef. I have 80/20 on sale this week for $4.69 a pound for a family pack. And then $5.09 a pound for a small pack. That's a pretty bitchin' deal for some ground beef if I don't say so myself. And I will leave this little piece for a London broil as well. Nah, screw it, I need stew meat. We're gonna use that for stew meat. I'll make a little bit less off the stew meat, but I do need stew meat, and that's what these pieces are technically for. The ones that you can't really make a steak with is to repurpose. 93.7. I have 93.7 on sale for $4.99 a pound. I ordered a bunch in last week, and I still have a little bit. And so I'm gonna keep pushing that for a little bit longer at $4.99 a pound. So I have a double ground beef special going on in my store right now. Extra lean stew meat. That's the only stew meat that I put out. I don't put out the fatty stew meat. I don't put that out. Where am I located? I'm in one of the small surrounding towns of Twin Falls. If you really are a local, I message me and I'll tell you where I'm at. I need to go meat shopping. Jerome, I am not in Jerome. I can't say where I'm at. But if you are local, I can do you a solid. I am in Idaho, yes. So this piece right here, we're gonna go ahead and making some stir fry. Get this fat piece cut on right out of there. So I'm gonna go about right here. Then we're gonna go ahead and square this all up. Red gone to gray. Thanks for the 5 roses. I appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and square this up. That means we're just gonna go along every corner of this and just kind of get it nice and squared up. Because we're gonna have some of these pieces that are longer than the other piece, and we don't need that. This side's all nice and meaty. That side's all nice and silver skinny and fat with a bunch of connective tissue. So we're gonna go ahead and just get right underneath all this. I'm actually gonna fix these cameras too really quick. See if I can't get this a little bit better. If I make cuts for stir fry meat, I do. We're gonna be doing some stir fry with this piece of meat right here, and then I have an eye of brown that I'm gonna be trimming up for stir fry as well. My London broils have been selling really good, so I've been trying to just capitalize on keeping these, getting as much Londons as I can out of this inside round. A stir fry sells, but it doesn't necessarily just like fly out of the counter. Stew meat definitely does better than the stir fry. But I'll hit these little stir fry spurts where it just seems like everyone wants stir fry. Keep pulling just this top layer. For anyone who is wondering, this is my 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery fillet knife, available in my TikTok showcase. And this is my 11-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife, again, available in my TikTok showcase. I'm gonna sound very bad, like a very bad meat cutter saying this, but I normally have someone else sharpening them. These haven't been sharpened since the beginning of the year. We are now November. The only thing that I do with these is just hit it on a steel. All I do. And so since this is the way we split it, I'll split this piece in half. That's running with the grain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn both of these 90 degrees, and then I'll be cutting them into strips to go ahead and cut into stir fry this way. And I know there's going to be some people that are about to just comment in the chat saying, you needed to wipe your knife, you just sharpen your edge, you're gonna get a bunch of metal shavings all over the meat. Nope, 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 just hold it right there. Nope, nope. Nope, you are wrong. You are wrong. I'm not sharpening it. I'm not taking off any metal shavings with this. All I'm doing is just honing the edge. I'm not sharpening it. You can go watch videos of Gordon Ramsay and Hell's Kitchen and Master Chef. You can watch any professional chef actually. As soon as when he uses that steel, he'll go right back to cutting his meat. Trimming up his vegetables. So you wanna know why? Because we are not taking off any metal. You learn something new every day, don't you? Because I'm not cutting anything hard, that's why. For why my knife is so sharp? No, that's technically not really it. This Knife Pro Cutlery has a really, the steel that they use is really good. And how he gets his edge, it creates a really, really good edge on your knife. And so if you can just take care of it, steeling it correctly, not applying too much pressure to your cutting board, your edge will last quite a while. All boneless meat, well, yeah. I mean, I debone stuff though too. But you have to remember, most people don't handle their knife correctly. They're pushing on their blade too hard, which is something you don't ever need to be doing. And then you have people who are just using it, and not stealing it. So when you take care of a good quality knife, you can make it last a long time. I want 75 burgers. Well, I got some frozen burgers. We'll get to it. About 7 bags left out in my freezer. I think there's 25 in each bag. Stir fry, yep, I am cutting some stir fry up right now. This is the boring part. Improper storage is definitely a culprit as well. I'm in a meat shop, so I clean my knives and I just straight up just lay them on a rag. And they just stay, nothing's touching them, nothing's hitting the edge, nothing's doing nothing to my knife at all. So if you're just kind of throwing them in a drawer and then they're kind of just clanking around, banging the edge up off of the other knives, hitting other knives, hitting other silverware, hitting the wood, you're going to be damaging the edge on your knife. Kind of just going through this, going to repurpose this into some stew meat. So I'm just taking off all this excess stuff that we don't want in the stew meat. Tri-tip? Tri-tip next? Let's do tri-tip. Is it pretty cold in there? It is. It is 38, 40 degrees in here, somewhere in there. How's my day gone? It's gotten better. Started off with a tummy ache. It's kind of gotten a little bit better. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and just do the stew meat really quick, so I don't keep building up a pile over here. A little bit more boring stuff. Sorry. We're almost done with the boring stuff. I am at work for another 4 hours today, though. I did come in late because, again, I wasn't feeling well this morning. So I got 4 more hours to just cut meat. And this is all that I have to cut. All this beef, that's all I have to cut. I cut a bunch of pork yesterday in preparation for today so that I wouldn't have to cut any pork. I could just go live, cut meat for y'all. How much is a tri-tip worth? $9.99 a pound. For a family pack of steaks or a roast. It's a pretty good deal, actually. $9.99 a pound. We're just kind of taking off all this stringy stuff that we don't want in our stew meat. Whole bag would retail for trying to figure out how much this will weigh. $10 a pound. It's probably $200 for the whole bag. No. Probably about 150 for the whole bag. I would say 150. Deer meat, $79 a pound. I don't think deer meat's $79 a pound. If you're charging someone $79 a pound for some deer meat, you deserve to go out of business. Where do I work? I'm the meat department manager of a small local grocery store in the Twin Falls area. If you're trying to find out where I am at, I can't say where I'm at, but if you're trying to figure out where I'm at, don't think store chains. Don't think of Smith's, don't think of Albertsons, don't think of Costco, don't think of Winco. Think of local. But I won't tell you if you're right. Still got this ribeye over here. If someone wants to donate a Galaxy, I'll eat a piece of raw ribeye. Definitely not at Costco. I would not be able to go live if I was at Costco. I wouldn't be the only person in the meat department. Chris! Thanks for the 4 roses. They smell dandy. Chris, thanks for the... Oh shit, you just sent 19 roses. Coda with the... What is that? Sweet potato. Sweet potato. Thanks for the sweet potato. I don't want to know what the hell these things are. If you're a meat cutter, you probably know what I'm talking about on the ribeyes. Oh my god, Coda with the gobble gobble and the pumpkin pie. Thank you so much. 3 gobble gobbles and 3 pumpkin pies. Man, pumpkin pie sounds pretty delicious right now, actually. Really appreciate it. Adam, thanks for the share. What's the best cut for doing pulled pork, in your opinion? If you were going to do pulled pork, you want to get a pork butt roast. It's where you get your pork steaks from. Chris with the 8 roses. Thank you, Chris. But you're going to want to do, you're going to want that pork butt. You can do with the pork loin too. Where you're gonna have a better result from that pork butt. So this is a tri-tip. I'm trying to just pretty it up. On this back side, I usually square it up like this because there's normally, this one didn't have it. I probably didn't have to do it on that one, but there's normally this big old fat piece in that back and it's really ugly. Money gun? How many money guns equal a Galaxy? If it's more than a Galaxy, I'll do it. If it's the same price as a Galaxy, I'll do it. Two? Yeah, that works. People don't think I'll actually eat a piece of raw meat. I'll do it. I'll do this every live. Harder up. Do I wear double gloves? I do not. partner up. And both of you send one? Yeah. I'll eat a bigger piece for that. You can eat raw steak. It's not bad. Nope, it is not. You always just want to make sure that it is the high quality, though. Yes, it counts as a galaxy. 1 month. Oh, thanks for the money gun. Raw meat. Raw meat. I just need a little holster for some salt, some garlic salt. Just put it on there and throw it in my mouth. Only thing it's missing is just some seasoning. Yep, just need a little bit of seasoning. It's the only thing it's missing. Melissa, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Coda. Sorry, I forgot to slap. Thanks, Coda, for that money gun. Melissa, thanks for the heart meat. And the is that a team bracelet? Got a Meat Army bracelet. Anyone for the new follows? Thanks for the follow and welcome to the Meat Army. I always forget to say that. I forgot that I started calling my followers the Meat Army. I always forget to thank you all for becoming part of the Meat Army. Coda, again, sorry for not thanking you for that. I was in the middle of eating a piece of raw meat. Penny, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Meat Army. Again, if you ain't following over on the YouTube, make sure you go follow and subscribe over on the YouTube. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a knife giveaway on one of my knives. Yes, one of my knives. Whoop, whoop, no worries. Thought I caught my glove. I don't want to keep cutting if I got a little hole in my glove, because then my glove, my cloth glove will get all meat juiced up. Channel name is Tristanthemeatman on YouTube. Link should be in my bio as well. My link tree. Now that's the tri-tip right there that I like right there. That big old hunker piece of meat right there. Yeet on. I like smoking big pieces of meat. I don't like putting a piece of meat on the grill and letting it smoke for an hour. I don't think it gets enough smoke on it. I always try and get the biggest piece of meat that I can. If I'm gonna get a steak, I want a thick ass steak. If I'm on a roast, I want a big ass juicy roast. You know what I mean? I want to be able to throw it on the grill, forget about it for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Have a couple shots. Prep whatever else I need to prep. And then be like, oh shit, let's go check the meat. And then sear the bitch. So do I genuinely enjoy the job? I do actually. I do genuinely enjoy cutting meat. It's a nice, big old tri-tip right there. My favorite roast? Zia. What's the difference between a... I don't need to read that one. That is a pretty funny joke, though. My favorite roast. I really like the picanha cap off of the top sirloin. It's actually my second favorite piece of meat. But if I couldn't get a picanha, like if I went to go somewhere, if I was in some other town, I wanted to smoke something and I couldn't get a picanha, I'd go with a tri-tip. It also just depends on what you're really trying to do. If I'm trying to smoke a roast for steaks, I'm gonna do picanha. If I can afford it, I'd want to do a rib roast, obviously, a ribeye roast. That's just the ideal. That's the ideal situation for doing a roast. But that's going to be very, 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 very expensive. So tri-tip or picanha, preferably picanha. If I was going to do some like beef, some poor man's burnt ribs, I'll do a chuck roast. I'm gonna keep one of these as a roast. I'm gonna do the smallest one probably, which is this one. And then I'm gonna do the rest of these into steaks. Did I ever situate my roommate problem? I don't have a roommate anymore, and we aren't friends. That dude's a loser. And I'm pretty sure you ask that every time you're in here. He's completely avoiding me, like the little bitch that he is. What am I doing with the scraps that I cut? Into the trim bucket for ground beef. A 1,000 subscribers. We hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube. Holy shit. I appreciate you all so much. What happened with my roommate? I covered him for rent on 6-8 months of rent at $850 a month. And that's not even covering food and bills. He totaled my car. And then I had this little situationship with this girl, and he was talking to her behind my back. He's just a piece of shit. Carly, thanks for the share. It's my sister. It's my sister. Yeah, people are just shady. That's one thing that I've learned. It's actually been the story of my life, actually. I'm either being cheated on by some girl or used by some friend for something, for a place to stay or money or something. It's like I have kids, so I can't really be helping y'all out, you know what I mean? Jeffrey Dahmer, I think that's just someone asking to just have a little bit of attention. And you got it. You got a little bit of attention. If you want to compare me to someone, I'll take the Mr. Beast. I'll take the Mr. Beast ones. Don't need that. I don't need to be compared like that. Come on. That's rude. It's rude. Yeah, nice guys do finish last. Guess I just need to turn into a dick. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't turn into a dick. I got a little boy. Gotta show him how to treat the ladies. Sorry, TikTok. TikTok wanted me to put a puzzle piece in a certain spot. Low key though, this is probably going to be the best roast. And what I mean by the best roast is look at that marbling. Just look at the marbling. That's fucking insane. Compare me to a beautiful human being, I appreciate that. Man, y'all are gonna be like, sheesh, when you see this marbling on these. Ready? Look at this marbling, ready? Look at that steak. That's insane. It looks like A5 Wagyu. Not like A5 Wagyu, but that definitely looks really good. Oh shit! Oh shit! I bet that guy out there, the source guy, he's probably like, what the fuck is going on in there? Because he's been here the last week, and I haven't been doing any of this. La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-dum. Fuck on you, fuck on me, la-da-dum. This is what they normally were looking like. That's normally what tri-tip can normally look like. I just put 4 steaks in a family pack though. Just try and keep it under a certain price because they're $9.99 a pound. I am in a small little town out here, so people do like a little bit cheaper prices, you know what I mean. IDK, how you haven't come across my For You page yet? Backwoods Butcher. I don't know either, but I'll give you a follow so I can take a gander. Coda with the 10 roses. Thank you, Coda. I gave you one back. Hey, I appreciate it. Where are you located? Are you on this side of the United States at all? Are you more east? You got a whole animal shop. Where the hell are you located? New Hampshire? Son of a bitch. I need some meat cutting buddies. What time is dinner? I'm having chorizo for dinner, so yeah, I'd say you're a little up there. You're close to my basketball team, though. I'm a big old Boston Celtic fan. Unless I just put my states in the wrong area. New Hampshire, Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, no, that's up in the same spot, right? Jim, me too to what? Soraya, thanks for the share. Oh, New Hampshire too. And then my small packages, I'll do about 3 small steaks in a package. Seems to work. Sometimes I'll do 4, depending on how small those ones are. Celtics fan. I'm a big Celtics fan. I thought about putting $100 on them at the beginning of the last season. I should have done it. I would have made out with that bet. Pickup line covered on blood. I've been skinning deer. What time is up in New Hampshire? 3 o'clock? 3:16? Oh shit, I had another one right there. Yes, sir. I don't have my kids this week, so I don't have to do a pickup. But I usually get my daughter from Boys and Girls Club and then my son from daycare. Where am I at? I'm in Idaho, Twin Falls, Idaho. It was up to me, I'd be in Nevada, but divorced, so I'm kind of stuck here until I'm not. Still got ribeye for anyone who wants to see me eat some raw meat. Ball tip time. Always wanted to make it out there. Becky's in Texas. How's Texas going? It's a nice place to come and visit, but I'm just tired of all the bullshit here. I've just done. I get cheated on and I get used by friends. I'm just over the shitty people in this state. It's a beautiful state, but its people suck. Georgia. So this ball tip here, all we're doing is we're kind of just anything again loose, we take off. These are also a really good cheap steak to buy. You know, if you want to have some people over for a barbecue, you know, you don't want to spend $100 on 6 ribeye steaks. You know, you could go ahead. I have these on sale. They're actually not even on sale. The price dropped back down to $6.99 a pound for them. And these are a good cheap barbecue steak. I actually seasoned some of these up and took them home and pan seared my first steak. I've always cooked on the grill. That's always how I've done it. Pan seared my first steak. Steaks, actually, there's 4 of them. It came out really good. Threw some butter, some minced garlic in with it. Came out fantastic. Pennsylvania, Beyonder, remember me? I don't know. I'm still standing. Oh. My life without you on my mind. Yeah. Is it out of date?
I found them on aisle 7. They feel a little too warm to me to put back out on the shelf.
Okay, just set it down.
I will let you make the final call.
Okay. Thank you. No, that's embarrassing. Dancing. And then someone walks into your meat department. Shit. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna go look and see what that was really quick. I'm pretty sure they're diced ham. Just give me 1 second. had someone grab them out of the cooler, walk around the store, and then put them in a grocery aisle. Gotta love people. Imagine just not being able to walk 5 feet back to a cooler. Just put it in a cooler. George is where your pecans come from. I don't like pecans. Pecan, sorry, pecan. Disrespectful as fuck, yep. I found a French onion chip dip from because we have Reese's around here. We have a Reese's distributor, and I have some chip dip over in my aisle from him. It stays refrigerated. I found it over in the freezer Monday. Like, I understand you don't want it anymore, but what makes you think it's okay to put something that's refrigerated in a freezer? And this is why I couldn't become an owner, because I would tell people, put it back, or you're buying it. Put it back. You're gonna buy it if you don't put it back. And then they don't put it back, and then they get charged for it, and then they're like, well, where'd this extra $15 come from? Told you to put it back. Happens at my store all the time. It's so annoying. Like, it's literal food. There's people that are starving, and you're just gonna go ruin this food because you're too lazy to walk 5 feet. Like, people like you deserve to starve. That's how I feel. Tell me how you really feel. That's how I really feel. People disrespect the product. Yeah, exactly. I just want to find out where the hell they work so I could go in and make a mess of their job. Like, maybe they file a bunch of paperwork. Let's go in. Hey, look at all this. Look at this filing cabinet. Push it over. Refile them. I bet she'd never go into a grocery store again. It's just the little things that grind my gears. I need some hunting buddies. Any of you live in Idaho? I need some hunting buddies. Only butcher I'd watch on TikTok? Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I do remember you. I was just kidding. I saw someone else and was like, not the same vibe as Tristan. I appreciate it. A lot of them really they just think that they can just be monotoned and kind of boring and cut meat. Can't just be like that. I'll say some weird things and I'll sit here by myself and I'm just like, did I really just fucking say that? And then I'm hoping y'all aren't over here silently judging me. But then I just forget about it and go on to the next stupid thing that I said. Ground up deer meat. Go ahead and make some spaghetti with that. Is that beef? This is indeed beef. Tristan the meat man. I've got the beef. But yeah, that's what I would do if they didn't add any beef or pork fat to your ground up deer. I would just try and make some spaghetti. Or you could do kind of like a ground deer burritos. What kind of meat is this? This is your ball tip, also known as your petite sirloin steaks. These are really good steaks for if you're just trying to have some people over for a barbecue. You're not trying to spend so much money on some steak. These are good cut to buy for cheap. I think we just got these bumped back down to $6.99 a pound. Not think, I do know for a fact that these are $6.99 a pound. But they're not too fatty. That's what I'm taking out very up on this very front piece on every single one of those that you saw me cut. I didn't really explain that. That's kind of my bad. I'm sorry. But this front piece has a big old fat spot in the middle of it. So if you were to cut off that front steak, you would have this big old center piece that's just fat and then meat on the other side of it. So I take that fat out and I'll use that meat to make some stew meat with it. And these are gigantic roasts. Like these things are twice the size they normally are. So I'm not trying to cut them too thick as steaks just because for some reason, I mean not for some reason, when these packages get up to that $20-$25 a package, these don't like to sell really, so I try and keep them under that price range in that like $18, and then it seems to sell a little bit better. Top Dad, oh, let's go. You're in here. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm gonna have to browse comments to see what you said. Just have to go. See you another time. Have a good one, Beyonder. Am I ready for the holiday cut? Fuck no. I'm gonna have blisters on my hands, man. I'm the only one back here. I'm the only one tying. I'm the only one cutting. I'm gonna be the only one wrapping those roasts because my helper, he ain't gonna know how to wrap those. I'm not gonna let him wrap that. Those roasts would go bad within a day. Definitely not ready for the fucking rib roast. Hell no. Ad change day, that it is it's an ad change day for me as well. I cut all my pork yesterday and then I filled all my chicken. So the only thing that I had to do today was play with my meat. Get about 3 steaks in these, especially with how thick these roasts are, big these roasts were. I've never in my life heard of a spoon roast. These are ball tip or your petite sirloin steaks. Pretty big steak. $6.99 a pound though. It's not too bad of a deal. Almost need to put these in the 25S, but then there's no way in hell that they'd stay under $20. Double tap the screen, you beautiful people. Oh. Figuring out what I wanted to do. we got these small packages for shit. What do I have? I go back and forth on price, the different prices between smalls and family packs. Some of them go up 20 to 30 cents. Some of them go up to 50 cents. I think these ones are $7.19 though, maybe $7.29 a pound. Ball tip keeps fluctuating. Now we got 2 live rounds. This kind of looks like a. It does kind of look like one. It's not though. This is an eye round. It's not a filet mignon either. This is leather. This is beef leather basically. I make my stew meat, my stir fry, my cube steaks, and then I'll put some eye round steaks out. I don't really know what the hell people buy eye round steaks for. You're not gonna want to buy it for a barbecue, I'll tell you that right now. Petite sirloin steaks, what I just cut, grill them up and invite people over. Eye round, don't grill them up and invite people over. You won't have people over again, I promise you. It's really good to make a jerky too. If you thin slice this meat and then you smoke it on, or however the hell people do it on a grill. I don't do it that way. I prefer wild game jerky, like deer or elk or antelope jerky. Grind it down, strip it out, dehydrate it. Best damn jerky you'll ever have in your life. The whole thin slicing and then dehydrating it, I don't understand the hype on it. That's just me personally, but this eye round though, we're gonna go ahead and use for stir fry. So we're gonna take off all the fat and all this silver skin and connective tissue. I kind of like to just take off all this other stuff first. The fat is the easiest part to take out, so I'll just go ahead and pretty up all this rest of this, and then we'll just go ahead and take out the fat, which is the best part to watch because you can just watch me just glide my knife along. Very minimal meat in that, just hugging right against the fat. You want a nice sharp knife because that helps you just get right underneath that fat, right on top of that silver skin layer, and just glide right on out of there. You know too when you dip into the meat, you know. If you have enough experience, you know when you've accidentally angled your blade down just a little bit farther than it needed to be. What knife do I recommend? The knives that I use up in my TikTok bio showcase. This is my 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery fillet knife. This is my 11-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife. Chuck roast is pretty fun. I like doing chuck. I did that this morning. I was supposed to cut that live today, but I had a customer ask for a chuck roast, so I had to start off my day not cutting that live. So sorry, it's already all for that, but business does come first over TikTok. Because it is not my business, this is my job, so job comes first. Is that an eye round? This is indeed an eye round. We're going to be using this for some stir fry. I get some shit for it from a lot of people. It's stir fry, you're cooking it up with a bunch of vegetables, you're adding maybe some soy sauce in with it. You know, you're adding a bunch of these things that's going to help tenderize the meat. So even though I am cutting it with the grain or however it is getting cut, it's not tough. If If it was tough, I would have people in here complaining about my stir fry, and you want to know what people don't complain about? They don't complain about anything. So, I don't need to change anything. But I'll cut these in sets of 3, and I'll just go through and I'll stir fry it out, so I don't got to do it all at the end. It's all stir fried right there. And I'll cut another 3. 1, 2, 3, and stir fry that. My favorite steak would be a ribeye, 100%. The Spinalis Dorsey cap on that ribeye is the best piece of meat you'll find on a cow. I wouldn't trade a ribeye for anything. I don't understand how people will choose a New York over a ribeye. You're trading the best piece of meat on a cow for, because a New York doesn't have as much fat on it. Don't eat the fat then. Oh my God! Red gone too great. Thanks for the hearty. Slap my meat and give you a hearty back. Hey, Duffman, you want to know something? You want to spam? Get muted. Knife slices like butter. It does, and it hasn't been sharpened since the beginning of the year. We're on 11 months, no sharpening. If you want to know how good quality of knife this is, I would say that that's a great way to say how good of a quality of knife this is. Crazy Craze, thanks for the follow. Todd Foster, thanks for the follow. If you guys aren't aware, I'm also live over on the YouTube. Kind of slow moving over on the YouTube, so go ahead and tune in there if you'd like. If you ain't aware, I post longer videos to the YouTube. Hoping that when I go up to Nevada, down to Nevada this weekend. God, I'm stuttering so bad today. What the hell is wrong with me? Now, depending on what we're doing, where I'm at, maybe I'll be able to go live while we're moseying around on the side-by-side or in a truck. Show y'all around where I grew up, areas where I've been, the mountains that I know like the back of my hands. I'll follow you on YouTube. I find it harder to get followers on YouTube. It's actually not as hard to get followers on YouTube. You just always have to kind of be pushing your YouTube and have good content. I just know that people on TikTok wish that I had longer content, so I'm trying to make a showing of letting y'all know that I do have longer content out now. Longer videos of me just talking, explaining what's going on. Gonna try and start adding in some like stories. You know, I'm gonna add a video. I'm gonna explain my whole origin of how I got into cutting meat. It's gonna be a whole, probably like 45-minute long video of me just trimming up meat, cutting it down, and explaining how I got to where I am at today. Brantley, hello. Right? Brantley, yes. Did I play Fortnite OG? I played Fortnite ever since it first released. I haven't been playing it at all recently. I haven't actually been playing any video games recently. I've just been I've been in a weird mental video game funk. I have no one to play with. The person that I played with was my roommate, and he kind of just fucked me over. So I just have no want to really go in game right now. Probably better if I could like figure out a way how to get able to where I could stream on TikTok too. But whenever I try to do a double stream on Twitch and TikTok, it echoes really bad on Twitch. Or not Twitch, on TikTok. So I can't ever go live on TikTok to game. That knife's sharp. It is very sharp. You can get yourself one. The link is in my TikTok showcase. Up in my bio. My profile bio. This one's my 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery fillet knife. And this one is my 12-inch Knife Pro Cutlery, or 11-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife. I still got a little piece of this ribeye left. I'll take 2 money guns or Galaxy, and I'll eat another piece of raw meat. Now for all this stir fry that we just cut up, it's a big old pile. David, thanks for the follow. Any online orders? No, we don't do online. Kristen, thanks for the follow. I think I'm about to need something like that for deer processing. It's in my bio, and it's got free shipping. Either of these knives you can get free shipping with. You can order one of them, you get free shipping, or you can get both, and you can get free shipping. It's a pretty great deal, don't you think? Just gonna go ahead and just fill these trays up. If I feel like I got a thick piece, I'll just cut it a little bit thinner. And then voila, we got stir fry. Smash. Thanks for the follow. Meat online? Nope, it's not online. The only way you can get any of this is if you come into the store, or if you knew me personally and you cash out me money and I could meet up with you. I could do a little delivery service for you. What state am I in? I am in Idaho. Hey man, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. So we're gonna get 6 of these stir fries. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. Do I work alone? I do work alone right now. I have a trainee. His first day was Monday, but he's never been in the meat department before. So he'll be starting out with just throwing my freight, making ground beef, wrapping ground beef, and cleaning up. He'll be wrapping the meats like steaks and stuff too, but when he's gotten his wrapping down is when I'll let him start wrapping the steaks. Steaks cost more than ground beef, and I'm not gonna have him fuck up my counter of steaks. Ground beef's easier to reduce. The trash that I've been throwing nothing but meat in. Yeah. It's literally a brand new bag. I literally just put the bag in right before I went live. What's the problem? Ernesto, thanks for the follow. Want to know what would really probably irk that person out? Just 1 second. You gotta eat it all I'm doing. Did you know I don't even need to wear gloves? It's kind of crazy, huh? Yeah, you don't need to wear gloves when you're handling raw meat. You wanna know why? Because it's not ready to eat. If this was, you know, cooked food and, you know, you're gonna put this on a plate and take it out to someone and they were gonna put it in their mouth in just a couple minutes, then yeah, you gotta wear gloves. But when you are dealing with raw food, you don't need to wear gloves. I'm going to trigger people? I know, that's the whole point. I should just start cutting live without any gloves. I bet I'd get a lot of people in here at that point. Shit, is that a hack? Is that a hack? Just play with my meat with raw hands? Play with raw meat with my bare hands? That might be a hack. Ever heard of a Sensei? I have. What do you think is the best cut of meat to make beef jerky in my dehydrator? I'd either go with thin sliced eye of round or get a London broil and thin slice that, your inside round. That's also good. It does give the meat less shelf life not using glove. It is not. Like how cold it is, exactly. That's why I wear this. That's why I normally wear this. It's the only, my sole purpose for this cutting glove is to make sure my hand doesn't get cold, because now my hand's already kind of getting cold. And they're gonna get sticky. The stuff you do to prove a point, the stuff I do to prove a point, God. So as long as you wash your hands properly, I don't care. Exactly. We're gonna cut this in some eye round steaks. Got one small pack. 2 small pack. Small dicks in the chat. Three smalls. Thinking 3 smalls and 1 family pack should do it. Excuse me. That was weak. I give that a 1. On a burp rating chart, I give that a 1. That was weak. No one else wants to see me eat any raw meat, okay? Go ahead and tray that up for some stew meat then. Knife is in the bio. It's in my TikTok showcase. It should be, there's a whole Tristanthemeatman, and then it has striving for a barbecue trailer, la-di-da-di-da, meat army, link tree, and then under the link tree, it should have showcase, subscription, and whatever else is up there, right above all my videos. David Fitzpatrick, thanks for the follow. Danielle, thanks for the follow. AK McAfee, thanks for the follow. What does the black thing do? This is a soaker pad. As meat ages, the protein breaks down into meat juice. That's all that meat juice that you see in like a package of meat or all these packages of meat that I was opening. Myoglobin. It's a broken down protein. I'm gonna go wash my hands really quick and then we're gonna start wrapping all this meat. Can't wrap with some sticky hands. Oh, wait. Since no one else wants to see me eat any more raw meat, now I'm gonna go wash my hands. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. It's aging, not wearing gloves. That meat will have fingerprints in a few days. Bet. I'll bet you $100. Cash out me $100 right now because I already know I'm gonna win. I've been doing this for a living for 6.5 years. Come on. Okay, now we gotta get this all figured out. Mumbo jumbo over here. I gotta get this all situated. Sorry, 1 second. How's that look? We all good? I think we're all good. We got this whole rack of meat right here to wrap. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 completely full racks of meat. We're gonna start on our beef back ribs. Code for that is gonna be 1238, $4.99 a pound. Eat raw meat, y'all eat raw meat. Slime machine, I'm gonna just give you one chance to just cool it. It's my channel. If you have a problem with something that I say, how about you go start your own channel and try and prove me wrong that way. But I can tell you right now, I spit facts. Spit it. That's all I do. It's just facts. I understand you might not like it because you don't like being wrong. But newsflash, if life was fair, we'd all be fairies. No, it's just a little party trick basically. You can eat a little bit of raw meat, specifically if it's really high quality too. Just simply a party trick. I'll eat a piece of raw meat just so people start freaking out in the chat. Since these ribs don't fit on the tray, I do a little bit different wrap with this. I wrap half of it on one side and then I wrap half of it on the other side. And then I'll do a full wrap over the whole thing. And that just seems to work the best for the ribs. Meat cutters always have cocky attitudes in my experience. Well, we gotta be cocky about something. We're just back here handling our meat all day. Like, the guy says he has 30 years experience, but he's talking bullshit. I don't have any problem with meat that I touch with my hands. I've never seen a steak get fingerprints on the meat and start to just change color in that area. It makes no sense. Only thing that should make your meat age just a little bit quicker is if you're cutting it on the saw. I'm one myself, I get it. I get it too. It's also just fun to be cocky. Even if I'm wrong, I'll admit if I'm wrong. But I know for a fact I'm not wrong about that. $12.07 to $17.99 a pound for individual ribeye. Also talking about a different kind of meat. Well, if he's talking about game meat, he's still wrong. Someone just tried calling me. Don't know if that's going to interrupt the chat or not. Remember, if you ain't following on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe on the YouTube. We just hit 1,000 subscribers at some point during this live. So at some point within the next week, I'm going to be doing a raffle on any of my subscribers, sorry. And it's gonna be like a soft raffle. Like, I'm not gonna put a big old video out for it and everything, just because 200 people will see it, so there's no point in really posting a video about it. But I'll message you on Instagram or here. Actually, I'll probably have to do some type of video to announce who won, so yeah. Just be waiting for it. What's the expiration date? These get 5 days. So these are dated for the 18th. Favorite cut of meat would be ribeye. I might have to move YouTube back just a little bit. So I'm not cutting my head off. That piece, sheesh. Not even the best looking ones. These are the best looking ones right here. Look at them. Look at them. Those are some good looking ribeyes if I don't say so myself. That's gonna be an expensive package right there though. You do an amazing job wrapping the meat. Thank you. Damn, those look fire. I've been told that a time or two about my meat. What do these go for? I have these at $16.99 a pound for a family pack. but they're gonna have to go up in price next week because ribeye went up. What do you know? Oh, MG, you didn't just say that? Oh. Oh, yes, I did. Surprised people are saying I wrap good. You know, I have 2 kids, so I didn't think my meat wrapping was too great. No, I'm just kidding. Both my kids were planned. Eh. $42 for that perfect package of ribeye. Shit, someone's gonna complain about that. But I don't care. Well, at least you're wrapping now. Who says I wrap it? I wrap these. Mom, cover your ears if you're still here. I better shit gold? Well, I don't think you're gonna shit gold. Although if you have a problem digesting red meat, you might shit your colon out. No, so the gas you're thinking about, it's a preservative gas. That's just all it is. It's like a, what is it? Oxygen, or I don't remember what it is, but it's just to make it so that the meat doesn't age as quick. All beef gets 45 days from the day it gets put in a cryovac bag till it goes bad. You have 45 days. Pork, you get 30 days. Now, if you just put it in a bag and you didn't put that gas in, you open that bag 10 days later, it's not going to smell good. That's the purpose of the gas. People say that they inject the meat with red dye. That's a false lie. Whoever's doing that, they're trying to get some attention. Where are you located? Mine are $19 a pound. I'm in Twin Falls. The family pack is $16.99 a pound. The individual is $17.99 a pound. But next time I order in a ribeye, I'm gonna have to check the price. It's probably gonna have to go up $1 or $2, so it's gonna be probably $17 or $18.99 for a family pack. Twin Falls, Idaho, correct. So you use gas. I don't use gas. The packaging plant uses gas. There's no gas. You see me blowing gas into here? Do you see me going and then wrapping it? No. We worked for Ridley's. That's where I started out. That's where I learned how to cut meat. Was at Ridley's. I worked at the Ridley's in Kimberly and in Jerome when I first moved back down here. Phoenix? Phoenix, thanks for the heart puff. I'll give you a wrapped meat slap. I can tell you right now, I would never, ever, ever work for that company in my fucking life again. If it was cut meat for that company or don't cut meat at all, I would not cut meat at all. Yeah, I only was cutting meat for Ridley's for 6 months. It took me 6 months to go from a meat cutter to a manager. Why did they let me go? Well, it's not that they let me go, I quit. They had the district manager. I called and asked him a question over the phone. And in his response, he decided to scream at me through the phone, so I hung up on him. And then he instantly called me back, and then I answered it, and I could feel him spitting at me through the phone. Like, he was mad that I hung up on him. So I told him he isn't going to talk to me over the phone that way, and I hung up on him again. And then I got suspended for that. And because I got suspended for that, as I was walking out of the store, I was calling another store for an interview. And an hour and a half later, I was interviewing with another store. And 3 days later, I didn't work for Ridley's anymore. You don't get to scream at anyone through a phone. Whether they're working for you, whether you're married to them, whether they're your kid, you don't get to scream at someone through the goddamn phone. Unless they're screaming at you. Then you get to scream back at them. Yes. The chicken farmer, yes. That's exactly who it was. He did not like me. But yeah, with only 6 months of cutting experience, I was a top 3 manager the whole 2.5 years I managed for him. AI voiceover. It's not live, guys. It is live. Sorry, I have a bunch of stuff going on over on TikTok. Appreciate the follow, Cosmo. How do you know against the grain versus the grain? It's just something you kind of learn, and you can kind of look at the meat, and you can see lines running one way. So you just want to cut whatever way it's not going against. That's my bad. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Got it just being blown up over here with a bunch of questions. Nothing was going on over here for a little bit, so I kind of thought y'all were just chilling. He has very bad communication skills, very bad communication skills. But I appreciate you all 15 of you over there on YouTube for hanging out. I appreciate it. The chicken farmer followed the creator. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I didn't blow on him on that. I just straight up told him, don't fucking talk to me like that, because you don't get to talk to someone like that. And I've heard he's a very big creep towards ladies of the company as well. So, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't even work for him anymore, so. But yeah, the dude is just a creep in general. The dude wasn't a good person. Fred, thanks for the follow. $9.99 for a tri-tip. You work for a grocery store? I do. I'm the meat department manager for a small local grocery store. That tri-tip, this tri-tip is $21.18. Not too bad. All right, now we're going into the London broil. That's 1473. What did I have that on for last week? Did I have that last week? I did not. Okay, I'm trying to remember what I put it on for sale for the other week. I'll do $6.99. Sometimes when it's not a meat that I normally carry every day, so like London broils isn't an everyday item for me. I bring it in when it's on sale. So generally, if I have any extra, especially if it's getting a little, like I've had the box for 2 weeks. So I feel like it's not gonna move too quick if I put it at like a full price. I'll keep it down a little bit, and I feel like $6.99 should be a price that it should move at. One good thing about being a manager is I get to completely control everything back here. As long as I'm making money back here, as long as I'm hitting my numbers, I get left alone. $16.59 is $16.59. I don't think I have a 59. I have a 49. $16.49 is my petite sirloin code. Do I have a $16.59? Oh, $16.59. That's my reduced code. That's what it is. That's my reduced code. Hey, dude, I know an easy way of smuggling meat out of the store. I'm pretty sure if you've worked in the meat department for over a couple of years, you probably have figured out ways to do it. But I have a family, and I'm a manager, so I'm not gonna risk $20 worth of meat for a job. I work in the meat department too. Hell yeah, brother. This London broil is $10.90. That one's $10.92. Yeah, I'm kind of weird with my knife skills. I can cut multiple same size piece of meats. You want 6 inches? I'll give you 6 inches. You want 3 inches? I'll give you 3 inches. If you didn't know, that was an exaggerated 6 inches. It was a joke. Nobody beats your meat. I know what company you were at just because of the markdown code. Did almost 9 years with the company. That markdown code's a solid price code. Like if I just had a box that I wanted to put at $20.99, I could put $20.99 and we'll print a $20.99 price tag for me. It's not like the actual like main reduced code. Most of the stuff I reduce, I just put the same code and then I reduce it by half. So it doesn't say reduced meat. Just I'll put a glow sticker on it that says reduced. $13.98, $14.40. These are good prices. How am I gonna cook those for? I don't cook these. But I'd say you'd probably broil these in the oven or put them in a crock pot for, I don't know. Crock pot is gonna be in there all day. Broil, I don't even know anything about a broil. I didn't even know the bottom of the oven was a broiler. I thought that was just storage. I think nowadays it is a storage, but that label looks familiar. You haven't seen no label. Only label you're seeing is a certified one. London broil is not great. I really don't know what people even do with London broils. I myself have never bought a London broil. I don't think my mom's ever done a London broil, or my grandma. But I do know from watching The Bearded Butchers that you can use it, then strip it out, and they make some jerky with that. They make jerky with that. What makes it certified Angus beef? The marbling. So they've came up with these X-ray machines that they'll put a cow through, and it will read how much of this marbling is in the cow. So it can tell through this X-ray machine. Now on a meat scale, you have select, which is the bottom. So you'll have a select area. So all this is select. And then we'll go into our choice. And then all this is choice before we get into prime. But for certified Angus beef, it's this top part. It's this top part of the choice margin. So everything above like that 3/4 mark for quality, it could be certified Angus beef, and everything below that's normally just your choice. It's basically called the bougie choice. That's basically what you call it. It's the bougie choice meat. It's the top, it's the better of the choice. If that makes any sense. So select, choice, prime. CAB is that top choice margin right before you get to prime. I want to say they take out, say you ran 10,000 head through the plant, through this X-ray machine. Say you ran 10,000 cattle through it, and it letting you know which one was which. What was it? Was like a third of the beef that go through that machine pass all the qualifications to become CAB. So only 33% of that 10,000 cows qualified for CAB. The code for the random weight, yeah, there is, but I don't use that one. I haven't used that one since I decided just to use the same codes that I'm pricing the steaks up with, to reduce it with. So like my stew meat, 1713 is my stew meat code, my extra lean stew meat code, 1713. It's on sale for $6.49 this week. So if we got to the 18th and this package of meat didn't sell, or the 17th and it was starting to change color, I would type in 1713 and half of 649 is 329, so I'd probably mark it up at 359 a pound. And that would be my reduced stew meat. My thought process behind it is it's an older piece of meat already. If you're gonna want someone to buy that reduced piece of meat that needs to be eaten that day of, you need to sweeten the deal. You need a $20 steak is now a $10 steak, or $11 steak. You know, you got to make it a little bit juicy. You got to make the deal juicy for them. And I'd rather make $9 out of the 20 than making 0. 9's better than 0. 10's better than 0. 11's better than 0. Best-selling roast? Ooh. I wouldn't even say chuck roast. Yeah, it just depends. I only bring in chuck roasts when they're on sale because right now they're supposed to be like $10.49 a pound for like a roast or something. Like $10 a pound for a roast is what they're trying to tell people to do with with the pricing matrix, I'm just like, I'm not bringing in no chuck roast, no chuck roll to sell for $10 a pound. Hell no. So I only bring it in when it's on sale. When it's on sale, it will sell. But I'd say the best selling ones would either be rump roast or the cross rib. Really weird. And reduced tags tend to denture people. Exactly. Jerky out of eye round. I can sell some top browns London broils. I can sell them too. London broils have been selling the last couple weeks. That was my last one that I cut today. So hoping that they'll keep selling so I don't have to reduce them. But tomorrow I'll come in, I'll probably open another bag of tri-tip. And I'll cut like 4 or 5 roasts for the weekend. Tri-tip has been selling a little bit slower than what it was about a month and a half ago, which is understandable because of the weather. What are we thinking tweeter for? What did he tweeter? You cannot be and cannot be a Holstein. Wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware it couldn't be a Holstein or whatever that is. I know of Angus beef and I know of Hereford beef. I don't really know all the other head of beef that we deal with here in the States. I pretty much work by myself. I have a helper that just started on Monday in my department, but he's never worked in a meat department in his life, so pretty much alone still. I'm the only one who cuts back here. I've been the only one who's cut back here for the last year. Just out of curiosity, what kind of profit numbers are you getting weekly out of red meat up there? I'm getting from my purchase. My purchase has been a little high just because of the ads that we have going on right now, but I sell it's about 12,000 in my meat department. I don't know how much of that's red meat. It doesn't break down that way for me.
Sarah, phone call 91, please. Sarah, phone call 91.
I get a piece of paper that tells me every Monday we have a meeting, and we get one piece of paper that will say how the sales were for that week. And at the bottom of that paper, it lets us know if we were up sales from last year, and if we were up, how much we were up, or if we were down sales from last year and how much we were down. And then I get another piece of paper that will compare my purchases for the week to my sales for the week, and that's where I get my profit for the week. And it's about anywhere from 4,500 to 5,500 profit a week. I'm back. Backwoods Butcher's back. Got myself 85,000 a week in meat. Jesus Christ. When I first got into the meat department and I was working at Ridley's, I was, what were we doing? I think it was $7,000 a day out of the meat department is what I averaged. So about 35 a week. I think I had a couple like 49s, 45s. But out of like 35 stores, as a 22-year-old kid, basically, I was number 3 out of 35 stores. And that was just with me cutting meat back there. I was the only meat cutter there as well. I did have help for about 6 months, but he was fresh out of high school, never picked up a knife before. So he was basically just hamburger, wrapper, pork, chicken type of thing. DTNK Braden, thanks for the follow. Some help is better than none. Exactly. But the help that I just fired 2 weeks ago, that help was better. No help was better than that help, sorry. When I have to rewrap everything that he'd wrapped, that's not productive. $9.99 a pound for these tri-tip steaks. $2.27. Still got 2.5 hours. I need you at my store. How much you talking? How much you gonna pay me? Huh? How much you gonna pay me? I've always switched companies, 1, because of disrespect towards me, and 2, because I was offered more money. Are you an inside guy? What do you mean? Oh, that was a roast coat. Son of a bitch. I still don't understand what you're asking. Even if it is some dumb joke, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I'm fucking cold right now, though. Jesus, hell. How cold is it in here? It's 36 in here. What the fuck? Did you screw with my temperature in here, guys? Because I don't appreciate that. For anyone who's just tuning in, I just cut 8 full pans of meat. About every Wednesday is when I normally go live. It's the day that I don't have any big bosses in the store, like the store manager or a lot of people calling or bugging me with customers or anything. It's normally generally a slow day that I can cut a full ad for. So if you ain't following and you're kind of enjoying the content, I am just kind of rapping, talking shit right now. Making some inappropriate jokes. Go ahead and follow and subscribe on the YouTube as well. I do post longer videos to the YouTube. God, that package of tri-tips just looks absolutely insane. Just look at that marbling. Do I work 7 days a week? I'm at 6 days a week right now. Monday through Saturday. It's like 4 or 5 hours on Saturday. Just depends on how fast I can get in and out of here, how much needs to be done. 4 is my PLU. What do you mean? 4? Just 4? How? I need 4 numbers for a PLU back here. No auto wrapper? No. Not high enough volume to store to need an auto wrapper. That would just honestly just cost the store money until they eventually paid it off. But in my honest experience with auto wrappers, they don't work the best. They break down. You gotta send a package through a couple times before it finally wraps it, or if it's a big roast or a big bone-in package, you can't even send it through. So I've always just dealt with hand wrapping. $16.49 for ball tip at $6.99 a pound. I'm guessing this package is gonna be $21.35. $20.76. I was close. I prefer a manual wrapper myself. A lot of the times with an auto wrapper too, like it gets wrapped, but it doesn't seal that wrap on the bottom long enough, good enough. Melt this wrap. So you're constantly having to re-wrap all these wrapped packages from that auto wrapper too. Me wrapping it, I get a nice good pull, full cover on the bottom, melts together. I leave it on here so I can put my stickers on. And then it generally doesn't leak. That one I'm guessing $21.50. I meant $20.50, but it's $20.13. I felt heavier than that other one though, so that doesn't make sense. $50,000, valid point, but yours works pretty well. Yeah, when I first started at Ridley's in Winnemucca, I would say wrapped 3/4 of the time that if we were using it, but the going through the whole system when it got wrapped and got fed down, when it went down the next part of it where you'd get a price tag, that machine that would put the price tag on it had a something missing in that on that part of the machine. So it didn't ever tag up the packages. So you were still having to take it over to where the hand wrapper was, put it on the scale, and then tag it up. So at that point, it was just easier to just put it on the scale, wrap it, put a price tag on it instead of watch it go all the way around and put it over here and then put a tag on it. It just didn't make sense, which I agreed with. And that one just sucked anyways. I was at Fred Meyer for like a month and a half. And they have an auto wrapper, but it wasn't the best. It worked, but not like the best. What kind of Juber cow would you ride? I have no fucking clue. I don't even know what Juber cow is. I'm at Costco, so we need an auto because the cases would be empty by the time we were done hand wrapping. See, that makes sense. But that's probably also why whenever I go into Costco and I pick up a big package of meat, the package is leaking dramatically. I get almost been shot and packaged in the pasture. I'm actually genuinely surprised that my phone hasn't given me a low battery yet. Genuinely. I don't know what I said, sorry. $6.99, so $7.19. So the small petites are $7.19, while the family pack was $6.99. How much are my fresh turkeys going for? I haven't gotten any fresh turkeys in. Normally fresh turkeys wherever I've worked don't really move. It's really weird. It's always frozen, but our frozen are $1.29 a pound. Up to $50. If you spend $50, you get a turkey for 89 cents a pound. If you spend $150 or more, you get a free 14 pound, up to 14 pounds of turkey. I think I ordered maybe 1 or 2 cases of fresh turkeys to come in, but I think it's like a week before Thanksgiving is when I did that. Why you gotta be so rude and say no one cares? Ever heard of a Cincy? Yes, I've heard of a Cincy. Where am I at? Twin Falls, Idaho. That was a pretty good SpongeBob cry, if I don't say so for myself. Do you have issues with items coming in on your load? Not for the most part. Every now and then I'll get like a what am I thinking of? Like a package of cream cheese, like a box of cream cheese completely underneath everything on the pallet, underneath a 80-pound box of beef that has a 40-pound box of pork on top of it that has everything else of freight on top of it, and that's all smashing this thing of cream cheese. The cream cheese is very rarely, but just that's probably my biggest. Not sometimes, a lot of the time, the chicken boxes have a couple broken packages of chicken in it from being mishandled, from it just being thrown. So then there's just chicken juice everywhere, and that irks me. That grinds the hell out. That grinds my gears so goddamn bad. I don't know what I have my other eye around out there at. So I'm gonna wait to price the family pack. So I have a shit ton of eye around in my cooler. And I don't know if I have the other one marked at full price or if I have it marked down at a different price. So mark that one up in a bit. These ones though, don't have any small eye around on my counter, so I'm gonna do, like I do have them on sale. And we'll do $6.99. My shit ton of eye around in my cooler. I mean, I have a shit ton of eye around in my cooler. I have 2 full boxes of eye around. Because my ad isn't matching my pre-commits right now. So when I had 2 boxes of eye around come in last week for freight, eye around wasn't on ad. Only half of your load? What the hell? Where are you at? I haven't seen anything about. I haven't gotten an email saying we're going to be having problems. Where are you at? I do pre-packed chicken. I could hand pack it if I wanted to. Hand trade up, buy a 40-pound bulk box, and then trade up. But my chicken doesn't sell that quick, so I just order extra chicken. Like this week we have drumsticks and thighs on sale for $1.49 a pound. So I order extra. As soon as they come in, I put all my chicken in the freezer, and then I slack it out as needed. And then when the ad's off, put up the $1.99 a pound, and I'm making my money on my chicken. California, and you guys are getting shorted? I I haven't heard anything about that. I'm gonna go check the computer and see if there's anything that popped up. I'm just gonna say this is $6.79. I'll just bring the other one back if it's not marked up as that. The Bay Area, yeah, no, that's weird. I haven't heard anything about shortages or anything going on. Hi, Steven. Yeah, I don't ever mix. I mean, like I miss. The only thing that I'm missing on my loads is like the 2 pound blocks of cheese. I think medium cheddar. I've had a problem getting that in the last 2 weeks. Pepperoni Lunchables, but that's a packager or manufacturer problem. They're having something going on with pepperoni or something that they're getting in. But as far as like my meat, I don't ever have any problem with my meat. It's just the Walla Deli that I ever have a problem with. Pre-packed thighs for 97 cents a pound. Nice. That's not too bad. I think in 2 weeks I have frozen drumsticks for 99 cents a pound. But hey, everyone, that's all the meat that I had to cut today. I'm gonna go put this out on my counter and I'm gonna get to cleaning up. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Appreciate everyone for subscribing and following on the YouTube if you're new here. This live should be available on YouTube if you've missed most of this live and you were curious what I cut today. It should be available on YouTube by the end of today or early tomorrow, one of the two. So if you ain't subscribed on the YouTube, make sure you are subscribed so you know when I go live or have a new video posted. Appreciate everyone for new followers on TikTok, the shares, everyone commenting in. Peace, love, and peace of chicken grease. Appreciate you all for just all the support. Appreciate the gifts. If I somehow missed anyone's gift from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry that I missed it. And I thank you for your gift. So Meatman's gonna go ahead and sign on out of here. Maybe see you this weekend if I can go live while I'm out in the mountains, out hunting. But if not, probably see you next week. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday and have a great rest of your week. Meatman out of here. Peace out TikTok. If I can hit that. Peace out. And then peace out YouTube.